Hello there, this is Animal Healing Therapies. My name is Alison and I'm here today to introduce you to a series of videos we're going to be doing, 8 in all, for Many Tears Animal Rescue. Now, my mum adopted a little dog called Milo from the centre about 6 months ago. Milo is incredibly fearful. He did have a breeding background and didn't have much trust in humans or other animals, I'm afraid. And he did hold a lot of fear. So we're through a series of intuitive healing sessions that we did with him, along with some Zoopharmacognosy sessions. He is just done so well. It really is lovely to see. And because of this, I thought it would be so nice to share the skills with you. If you're thinking of fostering, adopting, if you already have a dog from the centre, it's just a wonderful thing to share with people. So yeah, I'd really hope that you can get something from these videos. The videos are only 5 and 10 minutes long because I've done them in little sections, if you like, so you can pick and choose what you want to learn, or you may choose to watch it from start to finish, which is great as well. So you heard me use the term Zoopharmacognosy. All that is self-selection, okay? So I call it nature's holistic toolkit because animals have always had that ability to self-select what they need out there in the wild. So because even though dogs are now part of our families and domesticated, it doesn't mean they've lost that skill. They've always got it and they know how to use it. So when we do a self-selection session, we'll be introducing dried herbs, essential oils, hydrosols, nutritional supplements. A really good one is Barley Grass. You can do it fresh or dried. It's so simple to grow. 4 weeks and you've got this beautiful lush pot of Barley Grass. You can just leave it out for them. Really, really high in magnesium, which is really good for anxiety. So that's a nice one. Spirulina, dried spirulina. You may use it in your own smoothie. Really good for protein, immunity as well, building that immune system. When we think about the fearful dog, so taking Milo into account for this, always in fear, always fight or flight, and they hold that in their hind end, their rear end, if you like, because they're ready to run. And that, when you think about it, takes an awful lot of energy, doesn't it? And that takes vital nutrients away from other parts of the body, especially the spleen that can become really depleted. And that really affects the immune system. That can cause them physical and emotional illnesses. So we're looking to build that up. And that's what we can look at in the Zoopharmacognosy session. We can talk about hydrosols. They're wonderful and so easy to make. So any gardeners out there, you may have everything you need in your garden. Things like roses, lavender, example, great for emotional issues. I've got a rose hydrosol here that I made, and your house will smell wonderful for days if you make this in your kitchen. So it's a lovely thing to do. You can mix them up as well. Rose and lavender make a good combination as well. Valerian is a great one if you're having trouble sleeping. I use it myself on my pillow. It really helps me to sleep, but be warned, it's very smelly. So when you're drying it out in the oven, your house will not smell good. It will smell of old socks. It's well worth it because it works like a dream and you will have a great night's sleep. And animals love this too, especially the fearful dog, because it's a natural sedative, so it naturally sort of gives them that soothing, calming environment. And hydrosol are 99% water, and they're so safe to use and really gentle. So feel free, you can use them as much as you like. Some people are a bit fearful of essential oils and not sure how to use them. I've heard they may be dangerous, not safe. When we look at the video on Zoopharmacognosy, we will start off with the do's and the don'ts and the safety advice. So I want you to feel completely confident by the end of the video that, you've got a lot of knowledge then in what you can and can't do and what's good practice. And also really important, first thing we mention is the fact that you must tell your vet if you're thinking about using any essential oils. because it can have a contraindication if your animal is on any medication. Again, healing, zoopharmacognosy, it's not an alternative to vets help. It's as well as, it's holistic and it's complementary. Okay, so if you've got any issues at all with your dog, go and see the vet first, because that's what they're there for. They will give you then a clear picture and we can work alongside them, okay, not as well as or instead of. Okay, so this is what zoopharmacognosy can do. Have a look at my oils here. So ginger, okay, we'll be introducing you to a range of oils because there's so many out there and we don't want to swamp you because it can become a bit overwhelming. So let's just keep it basic and then you can look at others as you choose. Ginger's a great one. It's really good for us, isn't it, for our digestion, and it's really good for animals too. And that's really good for travel sickness as well. So many dogs are not good in the car, are they? So this is a really good one. Also really good for digestion, as is peppermint. I say German chamomile is the wonder essential oil because that's good for so many things. It really is. So we'll go through that quite a lot on the video. Okay. So that's a little tiny bit there on zoopharmacognosy, just a touch, but we'll go through it in detail on the video. And we'll also go through a whole zoopharmacognosy session from start to finish, and you'll be able to see what happens. We start off with the nutritional supplements, then we go to the herbs, then we do essential oils, and then hydrosols. So you'll see it all in action if you like. So then we look at grounding techniques as well, because it may be that that's where you have to start. Before you start any healing, before you start any zoopharmacognosy sessions at all, that dog may be so fearful that it's not going to listen to anything or do anything because it's in a constant state of fight or flight. And when any emotion is high, we don't listen, do we, ourselves? If we're angry, if we're frustrated, our best friend may be giving us the best advice in the world, but we're not in a position to listen. And it's the same for your dog as well. So you'll find that some grounding techniques that you can introduce will be great, because the foster dog or adoption, they need to feel safe in that environment, don't they? And if you start with the grounding techniques, that will help them just to feel a little bit more settled. It's a great starting point. So we do a session on that, we do a video. None of them are complicated, really, really straightforward. You'll be surprised at how easy they are, and yet so effective, so easy to do. Okay, the first video we're going to be doing is all about energy and intuition and how that relates to healing. We talk about vibrations. Energy transmits as a frequency, as a vibration, and you get high and you get low, positive and negative. I guess we've all walked into a room and we felt what's we called, oh gosh, not very good vibes here, or even a place. Maybe you've gone to like a little village or a place that can hold a negative vibe. It's unusual, isn't it? It's strange. The complete opposite. You can walk into a field full of flowers and feel joy, because it's not just humans and dogs and animals, it's also every living thing, a plant, a flower, they all give off a vibration. And when we talk about zoopharmacognosy, we'll talk about this again, bringing it into all the plants and the herbs and the flowers that dogs can self-select. They all work on a vibration. So yeah, it's really interesting to look at vibrations. All our feelings are different vibrations as well. So when we're offering a healing session, we have to think about our own emotional state, if you like, because we can't, there's no point in doing a healing session when we're angry, frustrated, in a rush. It's just not going to work, okay? Because what we're transmitting, energy is a transmission of, healing's a transmission of energy between one and another. So if you're transmitting high energy feelings of frustration, that dog will just pick up on that and you're not going to be able to get them back down into that healing state. Okay, so we're looking at feeling levels of 10, of fear, anxiety, anger, all the way down to 1s and 0s, which is where you want to be when you're offering healing. That's where trust is, that's where acceptance is, and safety. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for in any healing session. And because of this, one of the videos is all about you. Okay, it's giving you techniques to look at your own self-healing, techniques that you can do to help bring your emotions down, make you feel great. They're wonderful to do in their own right. I guess we've all been in a position whereby we've left the house in a hurry, nothing's gone right that morning. And we've left our dog with a stress ball, if you like, an energy bubble of stress, which is not easy. And we may come home to sort of maybe ripped up books or some scratching, things like that, because they've been so stressed, okay, because they're just picking up on your vibrations. Or again, you may come in from work having a bad day and they automatically know that you're stressed, So it's really to work on our own as well before we go into any healing sessions. So that's really, really important. And again, none of them are complicated, really quick, really simple to do, really effective. And you'll see a difference in your own life and your own well-being, which is really important as well, isn't it? Okay, when we look at the intuition and energy video, we'll be talking about chakras and meridians. All these are energy centers, energy lines, if you like. So chakras are throughout the body, on our human and our animal as well. And we look to unblock those. We use our intuition in the healing session to see, we can sense how they're spinning, how they're feeling. Are they blocked? Are they going at a pace? Is their colour bright? We'll go through all things like that, which is really fascinating. And we'll also look at meridians, which are energy lines, again, throughout the body. And we can look at things like a bladder sweep. So that is just unblocking that energy throughout the body. Again, a great grounding technique as well, because we're looking to unblock energy, because blocked energy causes problems. And so when we talk about energy healing, we're there to unblock those energy centers and those energy lines. That's what we're aiming to do. And we're also aiming to bring down the feeling state, so that emotional state as well. So that's the whole healing process, if you like. And along with the Zoopharmacognosy sessions, they work wonderfully well together. We can incorporate Zoopharmacognosy into our healing session by using hydrosols. Just spray our hands before we start, or our clothes, as long as the dog has self-selected that first, as long as they want it in their environment. So it's a great way to bring it in. So that's what we're going to be doing throughout this series of videos. A little bit about me and where I'm coming from. So I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I've been doing healing for many years on both animals and humans. And along the way, I've picked up lots of different techniques from other healing modalities. There's lots out there. And I've taken a little bit from everything that works for me, put it all together and come up with my own technique, if you like, which I call an intuitive healing technique, because that works for me. That's what I get results with. And you'll find your own way. So in the workbook, there's a step-by-step guide to an actual healing session. You'll watch the demonstration and you'll be able to download the guide. It is only a guide, okay, because you will find your own way. It's like anything, isn't it? With practice, you will find your own way and you'll know what works for you. Because I'm just asking you to trust yourself. Healing's about trust. Trusting it's going to work, which it will, and also trusting that you can do it, and you can, I promise you, all right? And you will, as you go through and you practice it more and more, you'll intuitively know how to do it for you to get the results that you need, and learn to trust yourself. So an animal, again, when you get down into that healing state, the levels 1 and 2 and 0, there's total trust there, okay, and love. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to do. So that's what we're aiming for. And so when we've learned all of these new skills, we're going to bring it all together, aren't we? So the last video is how you incorporate into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be lengthy, because we're all busy people, aren't we? So it needs to work and it needs to be incorporated into our daily life. And so we'd be good just going through how you can do that, because it's a wonderful thing to share, a wonderful skill to have. We are not there to really think about what lives these dogs have had prior to coming to the centre. A lot of them are ex-breeders, and they've missed out on so much, possibly not had a home, not slept in a proper bed, not played with toys, not gone out for a walk on a lead, all the things that dogs should be doing, okay? And also they've lost lots of their babies, haven't they, okay? Lots and lots of loss there, lots of emotional issues, emotional shutdown, because that's the only way they can cope. But now they found their way to the centre. It's not a place of sadness, it's a place of hope. It's wonderful, absolutely amazing the work that they do there. I have huge admiration for everything that they do. And this is why I want to share my knowledge with you, because I want to help in some way. Okay, so by doing this, sharing my knowledge with you, I'm hoping then you can share it with others, because the more that people know about this, which is free, okay, it doesn't cost us anything, does it? Because we can all do it and we've got it. Okay, so it's just having the skills, isn't it, to be able to do this, knowing what to do. And that is what I want to share with you over these series of videos. And I really hope you enjoy it. Any questions, let me know. I don't want you to be struggling or wondering if you're doing it right. Any burning questions, just let me know. I'm so happy to be able to help. So it's Alison at animalhealingtherapies.co.uk. Just give me a shout, and we can go through it. No problem at all. So on that note, I will look forward to seeing you on the first video, which is all about energy and intuition. Okay, so thank you for listening. The other videos won't be so long, but yeah, I hope you get something from it. And again, don't forget there is a workbook to download as well, that's going to be really useful to you, hopefully. Okay, so I will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye for now.